It's 12 midnight somewhere. Hello and welcome to Intoxicated Masculinity. If it's Wednesday, we have a cocktail video coming at you. Today we are talking about a cocktail called the Midnight Stinger. Before I talk about the cocktail, which is not actually a lot of history behind it, it's a fairly new cocktail, I want to talk a little bit about the book. This is Steve the Bartender's cocktail book. I got it fairly recently and I think it's a pretty good one. So one of the things that's sort of difficult about doing a channel like this is I sort of feel like it's necessary to stop watching a lot of the other cocktail creators on YouTube. I don't want to accidentally take something in and put it in a drink that I'm doing and not give them credit. So if I am going to take a drink from another channel, I'm going to make sure I'm very, very obvious and upfront about what I'm doing. Also, I am at some point going to get on and do a tier ranking of cocktail books. Over the past few years, I have acquired quite a number of them, and there are a lot that I like more than others. I think this is a really good one. It's got great pictures. It's set off in a more minimalistic way as far as the text, so you really get what you're actually looking for. And so, yeah, I like this book quite a bit. The Midnight Stinger was created by Sam Ross at Milk and Honey. I couldn't find the exact date of it. This cocktail is sort of reminiscent, a little bit of a last word. It's a 4-part cocktail. It's not equal parts exactly, but it is kind of echoes of that. Not a lot of history behind this one, fairly recent cocktail, and because of that, I think we should stop talking about it and start drinking it. We got our ingredients. Once again, this is not exactly an equal parts cocktail, but it is very nearly an equal parts cocktail. So we're going to, as usual, start off with our lowest end ingredients first. So this is going to be 3/4 of an ounce of our very fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now this is one, I'm going to go ahead and do what they say in the recipe because I think, you know, we're doing this person's cocktail, I'm going to do it. This calls for 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. We'll see if that oversweetens it. I'm a little more sensitive to that kind of thing, and I kind of prefer more sour, or not sour necessarily, but less sweet versions of cocktails. So once I try this, I'll see if maybe I think I would drop it down a little bit. Our Fernet Branca, which I think is sometimes feared by some, although I think not for good reason. I think Fernet Branca is not bad. We're going to do an ounce of Fernet Branca. And we're going to finish it off with an ounce of straight bourbon whiskey. In this case, I'm using Ezra Brooks Cask Strength. This is actually a pretty good one. If you find these, they go on sale pretty often. So you can get them for, I think I got this one for around $40 or $45 or something like that. Which for cask strength whiskey, I think these are usually they'll tell you the, well, it's 2017, so this is probably about a 5-year-old whiskey, 6-year-old whiskey, something in that range. And we're going to go ahead and add in our 1 ounce. Also at a cask strength, this is a 120 proof, so that's going to add a little bit more kick to the cocktail, which is almost always a good thing. So now we just get some ice in our shaker and shake this thing up. All right, just pour that into your ice, give it a pound and give it a good shake. Sometimes I like to hold on a little bit. We do have lemon juice in there and it is shaken, so we're going to go ahead and double strain that. In this case, I'm going to double strain that into a chilled rocks glass. Now, this cocktail in the recipe calls for being poured over crushed ice. I just have a thing about crushed ice. I'm not saying I'm right about that, but I don't know, mentally I just don't like crushed ice. I don't know why. All right. We're going to toss in 1 big cube. Now this actually calls for fresh mint. Unfortunately, it's still pretty early in the year and my mint is not remotely ready to be used in cocktails. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a lemon twist. I think that'll do just fine. All right, and there you have your Midnight Stinger. Let's give it a taste. That's good. I don't think it's oversweetened. Maybe a little bit. I think here, right between ½ ounce and ¾ ounce is probably about the right amount. If you like sweeter cocktails, you might even go up to an ounce. It's got kind of a cola feel to it. Not like a little bit Coca-Cola-y. The citrus is really coming through. I'm kind of surprised. I almost was afraid the citrus was going to get lost in this, but it isn't. It's a very, very well balanced cocktail. Your bourbon is there. Your bourbon is sort of providing the base for it. I think that cola flavor that I get is coming mainly from the Fernet. Yeah, this is a really yummy cocktail. I like this a lot. Yeah, and on that bombshell, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good drink, and have a good day.